From now on, we will study about each type of clause. After the speaker sets a subject with an indicative word, the speaker is able to constitute the first or second type of clause to apply an intransitive verb for the subject not to form a subject-object relationship from the definition of the intransitive verb to describe the subject. The first type of clause is constituted with a subject and an intransitive verb as the simplest type of a clause. The first clause is this: the building consists. The subject of the condition indicated by the intransitive verb consists is the speaker. The speaker states this clause in the perspective. So the subject of the clause, the building, is the object to interact with the speaker. The speaker states this clause as a subject, and the object to interact with the speaker as the subject is a phrase of a noun, the building. So we can understand that the definition of the intransitive verb actually does not start or finish by the subject itself. The subject of the intransitive verb can be understood as an object of the statement by the speaker. The speaker who wants to give the more details about the object of the statement applies the preposition of. The preposition of is classified as an adverb. So this clause about the object, the building, stays within the first type of clause, because an adverb is not a constituent that influences the type of a clause. There is a clause. The building consists of a floor, a column, and a ceiling. The speaker sets the subject of the preposition of as the building of the intransitive verb consists. The subject of the preposition is the building. The object of the preposition of are a floor, a column, and a ceiling. The subject, the building of the preposition of, has the component from a part of each object indicated by a floor, a column, and a ceiling. The definition of the preposition of mediates a subject that is a part of the object. So the subject of the preposition of and the object of the preposition of share the same trait. The subject of the preposition of is the representative of the object. Then we can think of a floor that is very big. Likewise, the other object, a column, and a ceiling. Then the building is a collection of each part of a floor, a column, and a ceiling. So this clause states the composition of the subject, the building, with 3 The speaker sets the fact as the premise that the object of the preposition of or the ingredient of the subject, the building of the preposition. So the subject of the preposition composed from a part of the ingredient is a part included in the object of the preposition. The speaker reveals that the subject, the building of the intransitive verb is the subject-object relationship with the object of the preposition of, but the preposition of, classified as an adverb, does not influence the determination for the type of the clause. So this clause stated in the first type of clause. The second type of clause is constituted with a subject, an intransitive verb, and a subjective complement to describe the condition of the subject. The fact that the subjective complement is applied is that the subject of the clause exists. The fact that the subject is the premise for the description about the condition of the subject. There is a clause. This meal seems delicious. Who sees the subject, this meal? The speaker sees the object, this meal. We can think of the relationship between the speaker and the object, this meal. Before the speaker states this clause, the speaker and the subject, this meal, confront each other. Then the speaker, as the subject of the statement, describes the condition of the object. So this meal, that is the subject in this clause, is the object of the statement with the speaker. The speaker as the subject, the action indicated by the intransitive verb seems conveys the action to the object, this meal. The speaker does not show up in this clause, the personal pronoun, but the perspective of the speaker, the intransitive verb seems, is applied in this clause. The condition of the subject indicated by the phrase of the noun, this meal, is described by the adjective delicious that practices the role of the subjective complement. The adjective delicious describes how the subject is. The difference between a determiner and an adjective is the descriptive trait of the adjective. The description by the determiner is the specification to distinguish the object with the other object. So the description by the determiner cannot be isolated with the indicative word, but the description by the adjective can be isolated in the arrangement in the clause with the indicative word. So this clause is stated in the second type of clause.